All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob at Smirking Gun Reviews, and we're gonna, since my YouTube license says gaming, and I haven't figured out how to change that, might as well actually do a video about gaming. And today we're gonna review Shadow of the Tomb Raider, a game I just finished in just about a week it took me with working full time. And I even stopped playing Spider-Man for this. So while everybody else was playing Spider-Man still, I was playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So let's jump in. I'm going to try to do non-spoilers for any of the real story main plot lines, but this is the third in the trilogy after Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider. The actress who plays Lara Croft, Camilla Luddington, said this is her favorite one. But I think, she also says that because, this is probably her last time doing it, this probably just kind of holds more of a special place in her heart. So, what do I think of this game? Well, if you didn't like the other games, this one won't change your mind. I'm not the first person to say that. If you like the other games, I think you will really like this game. I think you will like what they do with it. In fact, I think there's some parts of this that actually kind of come full circle to making it a real Tomb Raider game. The tombs in this game are much more fleshed out, bigger, more interesting things than they have been in the past. Especially like the first game, the tombs were kind of a joke. And in 2, it got a little bit better, but in this, they really feel like bigger and more expansive and interesting. Every single one looks different. Every single one has its own challenges. And they are pretty much like, to me, the highlight of this game, other than gameplay mechanics that are pretty much the same as the others, which I really like the way this game plays. And just the different styles that you can choose to take a situation, whether you want to go full-blown, just blowing people away, you want to be stealthy, you want to have a mix of the two. You want to have a mix of shooting and creating, weapons out of things. You can do all sorts of different things. Plus, you get all the different costumes that you can find by opening crypts. Now, the crypts are kind of remind me of the way the tombs used to be in the first game, where there's really not much to them. They are still kind of cleverly designed and give you a little bit of a, exploration challenge, but not that much. But in those places, that's where you find outfits that you can build and create to give your character little bits of help in certain ways. Like some are for stealth, some, let you take more damage, things like that. Some of the outfits that you have to wear are area specific. So if you're looking to get side missions from certain areas, you have to be wearing the right costume in order to talk to certain people. Otherwise, you got to find a campfire to switch costumes back and forth. I pretty much just wore the same one throughout the majority of the game. Except for the times when I had to wear the specific ones to do side missions. Now this is the first one that has real side missions. And to be honest with you, some of them are all right. Some of them are pretty interesting. And they do open up new areas of the map. So if you get a little frustrated when you're looking for collectibles, chances are it's because of something like this that you've got to do and talk to the right people to open up some of these new areas. Some of them are just pretty much oh my God, you got to go talk to this person, and they got to go talk to this person, and you got to go talk to another person. And what I found myself doing was skipping a lot. Skipping the cutscenes in those parts, because I was just get to the point. Because a lot of those kind of side missions, nothing that they're saying is integral to the plot. And I normally never skip cutscenes, but in this case I did. And I also found myself kind of skipping cutscenes later in the game. I don't know why, because this is an alright story, but the story is kind of the weakest part. The locale, on the other hand, is one of the biggest strengths of this game. It's really lush. The areas in the Peru jungle that they take you to are really great looking, really cool to traverse, really cool to explore. But the story is just kind of whatever. There are some interesting elements to it, but that's not really what stands out about this game. Again, what stands out about this game are the tombs, the combat, and the ways when there is combat, and just exploring. If you like, just going 100% completionist, looking for every little thing, this is definitely up your alley. There are so many things to look for and so many different places to look for them. Let's see, what else do we got here? So let's talk about that story. Again, there are some elements about it that are all right, and it does have an ending that feels earned. For the character, it takes you in a place where, Lara Croft has killed a lot of people in this trilogy, and it kind of starts showing that some of the toll of these adventures taking on her, and her realization of the choices that she's made and the people that she's killed and the people that she's lost, so that by the end of this game, it is kind of like her accepting her role in and accepting the choices that she's made, for good or for bad, because she's killed a lot of people. But it is kind of a satisfying ending, but at the same time, it's kind of similar to many, many games that we've had. The motion capture and stuff is all really good, but the dialogue for like NPCs and like the side missions are all really like, ugh. And the fact that we're in Peru and everybody's speaking pretty much perfect English was kind of, especially like, okay, it's one thing when you're in like the little, like some of the places that look more like a town, but when you're in the jungle, okay, there's this place called the Hidden City that you eventually get to. And those people are wearing loincloths, they've got the little things over their genital area, and that's not much else. And these people all speak pretty much perfect English. And it's just kind of weird because I know that there are portions of this subtitled, but a lot of it, and I'm not saying that we were going to have this game, but I just feel like maybe if she would have just understood, I can handle subtitles. And if she understood them, I don't mind reading them. It gives it a little bit more of a realistic look at it. But instead, all these people are just like, yeah, we all, they don't even acknowledge it. They don't explain why all these people are fluent in American when they're a hidden city from the rest of the world. It's a little annoying. Except it just makes it easier for your casual gamer to just go, well, I don't want to read subtitles, I just want to get to the game. Which is why it's nice that you can just skip these cutscenes that aren't really integral to the plot. Now, as far as combat goes, like I said, when there's combat. When there is combat, and it's few and far between except for the last act, which suddenly throws a lot of action at you. You're getting all these options for guns and all sorts of stuff that you really aren't going to use that much if you don't want to. The stealth capabilities in this game can almost, and the capability to build things and your bows, you pretty much don't need to shoot a gun in this game until it forces you to. There are ways through situations a lot to just stealth a great percentage of this game through. So the fact that they give you like, I don't know, it's around a dozen different guns, and making it like all these things that you got to look for to build to amp these guns up. It's nice to have the option, but it's really not necessary. But if you're going for 100% completion, it's necessary to, you don't have to build up these guns, but in order to get 100% completion, you got to like find the salvage, the little storage caches that give you bonuses in this. And so I'm kind of off the map here. I actually talked long enough to warrant this thing starting over, so let's just wait till this goes away. But and it is kind of disappointing that there isn't more combat in this game, because, and I love the exploration part of it, I really, really do, but, and I am using GameSpot's thing here, so hopefully they don't sue me. I don't make any money off of this. It's just disappointing that with all the options that they give you, that you don't get to use them as often as you'd like. Hunting and other things like that were important in the first one are here, but I found myself really not hunting anything. They also give you lots of like dead animal carcasses to look for things, so that occasionally if you need like a rare animal, you can quickly take them out. It is not hard to find things to kill really in this game. And so that's about it. I feel like I've covered everything. Without revealing too much about the story, but like I said, the locale, the exploration, the tombs, they're all really good. The story is a little disappointing, but that can be said about so many games. And since the gameplay itself had me on the edge of my seat a lot of times, intense, just playing the game in certain situations, it made up for it. So I definitely think that even God of War, the ending of that game disappointed me a lot. It was the journey along the way that I enjoyed so much. And so I'll still consider that like one of the best games of the year. And so I also say the same thing about this, where even though the story kind of fell flat for me, everything else as far as exploration and tombs and combat, when you did have it, all met what I wanted from this game. So anyway, I do highly recommend picking it up if you can, even if you just rent it at the Redbox or something like that. Definitely check it out. So Shadow of the Tomb Raider gets 2 of these. I don't know. I don't have a scale. 4 out of 5, 2 thumbs up. I don't know. But anyway, that's Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Definitely check it out if you can. This is Robin Smirking Gun Reviews saying like this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications, all that stuff. And we will see you on the next video. Have a nice day. Bye.